Hello, beautiful people. How are we all today? Good, I'm hoping. Okay, I have just received this from my Temu order, literally like a couple of hours ago, and I have a good idea for it. So I've done similar before with coasters, and I'll tell you a bit more about it in a while. Okay, so that was just some 99% isopropyl alcohol. Sorry, got there in the end. Brain fog. I have put in approximately into 100 mils of resin. I have put in about 10 drops of the fluorescent green, and that has gone into my craft resin. Right, so as you saw, I've already sprayed, already spritzed, so I'm just going to pour this in. Nice and smooth, beautifully clear. It has gone through the debubbler. I'm using my Resner's gold one today. We also have the Let's Resin one. They've both, it swings and roundabouts. I like them both, if I'm honest. They both have different pros to them. I'm going to need a little bit more than I have here, not a great deal more. Maybe something like, I don't know, maybe another fluid ounce, about another 30 ml. And that should finish me off then. So there is some more mixed up. I will just pop you on pause while I go and grab it. Okay, so I've just put a few more drops into just a small amount. I don't think I've stirred that in great. I'm just trying not to do too much, too vigorously, so that I'm a good one for putting bubbles in, let's just say that. So Easter is right around the corner. I hope whatever you have planned, it's fun and you enjoy yourselves. If you partake in some chocolate, enjoy. I shall be having some, I hope. Actually, I think that's that for now. Okay, guys, I'll see you for demould and the fun part. Bye for now. Hello, beautiful people. We're back. Time for a demould. What we're going to start with. This was leftovers from the last couple of days. So I poured it into one of these flowers. Don't know how it's going to look. Oh, a lot of overbore in that one. It's got a complete petal bit in there, look. Never mind, tidy up will be fine. Oh, we've got a couple of little stars in there. That was from my egg box one, egg tray thing. Then, yeah, just different colours from different things. Yellow, green, black, gold, literally a little bit of everything. But yeah, it's quite cute either way. And then it will pop into a pot, but I can't see one here at the moment. So, sorry, I'm just trying to pull this one out while it's still quite soft. There we go. I just need a little tidy. But yeah, so there's that one. Then we have the big bunny. I have plans for him, but it'll be tomorrow now because it's late now tonight. I'm liking this green. And this was the Let's Resin alcohol ink that came with one of their sets that I purchased. So for tonight, or for now for you, because it may not be nighttime when you're watching this, I will just leave you with this. There's some marks from the mould, but yeah, and I've got a tiny bubble there, which isn't bad considering I didn't run anything around. That's literally the only one, just right there, a tiny one. But yeah, I've got a lot of good plans in store for this one, but it's going to be a surprise. So I shall leave it like this for now, and we'll do a bit more with it later. Thanks. Hello, little sparkle friends. We're back. Sorry, I've got a cold. So the plan is, this is fully cured. I am going to put some resin in here, and after about an hour in the G3, I'm going to come and put some little model things in. So I have a bench, which I was thinking probably here. I have a couple of adorable little lamb figures. It's kind of the scale that we have the issue with, obviously. Like the rabbit is basically as big as the sheep. So, but yeah, so I thought maybe I might do a bunny back here by the trees. We also have some little chickens, but I still want it to be a usable tray, so I don't want to put too much in. So I also have some of the like fake grass that you can sprinkle on the top. But again, if I do that, you can't use it to put in whatever you want and take it out because you won't be able to clean it out. So I'm thinking I won't do that after all. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to play it by ear. Anyway, just going to do the resin now. See you in a sec. Okay, so I've just sprayed with the 99% isopropyl alcohol. I have put the Let's Resin fluorescent green in, some of the craft resin again. So let's just pour. I don't think I've done 100 ml. I don't think I'm going to require 100 ml, but we'll see. See, it needs to be deep enough to hold the items, but not too deep that it takes up too much room and a tray becomes not a tray but a huge coaster. You know what I mean? I think that's probably going to be enough. As I say, I shall leave this in the G3 for about an hour, and then I'll come and see how the things are, if they're ready to sit in. Hopefully that'll be enough that they won't sink too much, but they also won't just fall over and do whatever. But we'll see. May need a bit longer than that. I don't know. Anyway, I'll find something for this to go in and we'll be back, guys. Okay, so I have this, I put the L's on it. This is supposed to be a large pot. So this was the one I did yesterday, which was the small pot, but the molds look the same size, confusingly. I'll show you the small mold. So that is the small, oops, and this is the large. But together they look the same. So it'll be interesting to see how large the large is once it's demolded in comparison. And I also have the square version, but the square is cut very unevenly. So I will give this a little spritz. But I love little pots and things like this. I think they're so cute. They always take such a small amount of resin as well, which is even better. So let's pour some of this. Just give it a little squish around. There comes a bubble. There it is. Can you see? So I don't know if I had you on camera well enough to see then. Right. I'm going to put a little bit in the lid and do the same sort of thing. Oh, lots of bubbles in the lid. little squish in and out. Can you see all those little tiny bubbles there? There we go. Squishing them up seems to be helping. Oops, flipped it up. Okay, so I would say there will be enough for the square one as well. So let's give this a little spritz too. And oh, the L, by the look of it, is already coming off in my G3. Yeah, in the bottom of the G3. There we go. Right, let's top these two up first. Say they use, or they require so little resin, and yet they look so beautiful when they're done. I mean, although these are the first time I'm using these ones, I've used similar before. I've got into resin ones. These ones were from Temu. But as I say, I have an adorable into resin one. I did the mystery moulds, you know. I don't know if any of you have done those. So you get the moulds, you don't get to choose obviously what you get, it's a mystery, but you get them really reduced. So I've done that, and I had one of them in there, and it's probably one of my favorite pot molds, even though it's tiny, and theirs have little screw-on lids as well, which is fantastic. I've never made it and it not work. When I first had it, I didn't know what it was. I was like, I have no idea what this is, but it's fantastic. Again, this is taking very little resin, but I'm just a bit concerned because it's cut quite unlevel. I'm hoping it's going to fit together nicely. Drop more in this one. And a drop more in the lid. To go overboard. Drop more in this one. And another drop in the first. I think it's just going to be a tiny drop. Yeah, there we go. Might be too much in that one now. Right, let's see what else we can do. Okay, I'm going to have to scrape, as the alcohol has come out of this one. But if I don't get it off, it'll pull the resin out with it. So I'll put you on pause while I go and grab a bud for that. So I've just got a cotton bud, and I'm just going to take some of this alcohol spray off. It's hopefully done its job, but I don't want it to pull the resin out with it. So that's fine. And then I know it's not going to fill it by any stretch of the imagination, but I have this little Temu bunny mould. So I thought I'd try this. Again, this one came yesterday, so it is brand new to me. Let's just put some in here. So how is everybody doing? All good, I am hoping. I'm hoping to get this video up before Easter, obviously with it being Easter bunnies. But I have put a couple of Easter ones up already in case you haven't seen them. It'd be lovely if you would watch them, but I totally get it. Everybody's busy. But if you want some relaxed, chill time away from work or family or whatever, YouTube's good for that, isn't it? It's ideal. Come home and de-stress and go, oh, that's good, or that's nice, like that, whatever. Anyway, I appreciate all my subscribers. And if you don't subscribe, maybe you'll consider it, because it means the absolute world to me. It helped my little YouTube family grow. And I also appreciate everyone that likes and comments and subscribes or shares, anything. It's all very much appreciated. Right, I will be back in an hour. See you then. Hi guys. So we're back. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So I have put the trees in. I put a tiny bit of UV on the side. My chickens are in. And I have my bunny rabbits and things here. So I'm thinking I'm going to put one bunny here. I'm hoping this is enough. Oops. Oh, no, don't. Oh dear. I'm hoping that they will stay, but they won't sink. Or at least that is what I'm going for. It's actually had an hour and a half now in the G3. I'm thinking about here. And put his friend about here. Don't want them to sink. Anyway, that's it for now. I think that's enough. As I say, I've got my two little Easter chicks, the two bunnies, which are the same size as the little lambs. So we'll go with lambs, not sheep. I did have some other trees there that I was contemplating putting in, but I don't want, you know, to overdo it. So yeah, obviously I've got the blossom, the cherry blossom, because that's apt for this time of year, but I was thinking maybe this one, which I quite like the look of, but I don't want to overdo it. Like I said, it is still going to be a usable tray for, you know, whatever, change at the side of the bed, when you take your clothes off at night. Well, when my husband does, he's always got a pocket full of change. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Although I know as soon as mum sees it, she'll want it. So yeah, I don't want to make it too full. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think I will leave it at that for now. So I'm going to put it back in for another half hour. Oh no, my sheep's leaning. Oh, I was hoping that was going to be enough, but it looks like they might go too low. Please don't sink. You'll look like you have no legs. Okay, guys, I'll catch you later for demould. Well, not demould, you know what I mean? Demould of these anyway, for these tiny little pots. And then we can compare if the large is the same size as the small. Bye for now. Hello, how is everyone? Okay, I hope. I've probably already said that in this video, but there we go. Right, let's start with these pots. So this was the large version. Let's see what it's like. Okay, so it does have different flowers on the top to the small. Let's see though, but it definitely said it was bigger as well. The base looks exactly the same to me, but I'm sure the top is different. Let's have a quick look. Where is the other one? Looks like I've moved it. I'll go grab it in a second. Let's demould the square one first. That's nice. I mean, again, I'm not really surprised they're matte, because they're this kind of heavy, sticky silicone mould, which is great for demoulding, but very rarely does it give any form of shine. Let's see, no bubbles, nice. Oh, that's pretty too. I don't know if you can really pick that up, but that is very pretty. Fits okay. A little bit of a turn up here. Say it was quite uneven, so see if I can pull it down a tiny bit, but I don't want it to stick to it. See if it's the same all the way around. Yeah, I just need to try and carefully, but not without damaging it. Anyway, so that's those. Obviously, I'm not going to demould the Easter Bunny because he's not yet filled. You can see how he's going to be here, and then I'll probably just colour these flowers in. But yeah, so that's that so far. And now the main star of the show, the sheep sunk. I did try and lift them up umpteen times, as you can probably tell. They just kept falling back in. I should have left them like the rabbits and the chickens. The chickens sank, they all sank. So that was even with an hour and a half in the G3 at 123 temperature. I thought that would have been more than enough. I came back after an hour and did the trees, as I've already said. But yeah, so now unfortunately they look like they're all wading through water, which is a really sad thought, because the part of the world I'm from, we get a lot of flooding, and unfortunately this genuinely happens to a lot of farm animals, that they get rescued, have to be rescued by boats or by the fire brigade, or sadly some don't even make it if they can't get to higher ground, which is an awful thought. I don't like to think of anything being trapped and losing their life, but yeah, still. So that is it so far, but I am going to bring over, so I just move these out the way a second, put you on pause while I bring over some other bits. Okay, so this is the original pot. You can see I've put some little feet on it, just about, maybe. Yeah. So that's that one. Let's compare them. Yeah, they are definitely exactly the same size. And actually, yeah, they are also, so I can even completely swap the lids. That's exactly the same size. So much for small and large. That's a porky pie from Temu, because yeah, they've told porkies, because they are identical in size, which I thought when they, as I said, I already had the small, supposedly small, and now this one has come and is exactly the same size. So even though I wrote L's on the supposed large. Anyway, enough about that. No point worrying. It's Temu. It happens. We all know it. But let me see. I have here some new tweezers. Dun, dun, dun. Right, now I also have some different things for my little scene here. I have used things like this. I've done them before on coasters and all sorts. In fact, one of the first times, I think the first time I made a coaster was just colours and glitters. Second time was something similar to this. I made my mum a swimming scene with fish and people swimming, for her. And I made my dad he's very much a countryman, and I made him trees and a fox and, you know, things like that on his coaster. I did the deep coasters, you know, like the Let's Resin ones. Anyway, so I have these little tufts of grass. These are like a brown and a light green. Then I have, oh, they're so difficult to undo. I should have undone them first. These are even more brown than the original, or the first box, I should say. Then I have some little lavender plants. I'll pause you guys and open them all. Okay, so I have these little, I don't know what they're supposed to be, but yellow flowers apparently. And then we have some lavender flowers. So it's really a case of what do I think, or what do we think? These tufts, which I like these size, they're good. And these, which again, slightly different colour to the first. So they do actually come with their own kind of little sticky backs, which is great. Yeah, I don't know. Last time I just took my gloves off and stuck them on where I wanted them. But I thought, as I have these little tweezers, we could see where we think. Sometimes the sticky pads aren't great, and in which case I've got my UV. I thought we could give the little bunny Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use the UV. Oh, doesn't want to come off now. Right, let's keep that one there anyway. So yes, I was thinking maybe put some lavenders around the base of the tree would look nice. Yeah, I'm just going to mess around with it and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, guys, see you in a bit. Okay, so I've had to put the lids closed on the mould because I have a real problem with off and stopping. If my other half was here right now, I'd be told, that's enough, you're going over the top. So this one went down, I dropped it. And for a complete blanked, for a complete second, because I thought it's UV, I could have moved it, but I'd already added some extras then. I didn't want to think the sheep couldn't get to food. So now they have food. The chickens have some grass. They have some little cheeky yellow flowers here because we know how cheeky chickens are for eating what they shouldn't. I've put some beautifully scented, I mean, they're not, well, maybe they are, I don't know. Got a cold. Some scented lavenders around the bench because who wouldn't want to sit with lavender bushes at their feet? Again, the rabbits have some grasses. And there's some, although there probably wouldn't be under the shade of the trees, but there is some under a couple of the trees. Some more grass for other things to hide and rummage and scurry and things. So yeah, I think it's quite cute. It's not the plan I originally had, but there we go. As I said, I had geese and ducks and chicks and things to do. But then I was thinking, well, I'll have to do a pond and then, you know, some pebbles or some stones or something for animals to get in and out. And yeah, it was just a whole thing. Maybe another day, but not today. I completely blanked and forgot to do this little. So I've bubble that I had, the only bubble that there was, although you can see here where I've dribbled UV. No, actually, that was when I was doing this, when I was putting the animals in and seeing how sticky it was, if they could go in. And I dribbled it and thought I'd wiped it, but obviously not completely. There's a tiny run there, there, and there. But yeah, I might go and put a butterfly. I've got some little made butterflies, you know, from the tiny, tiny molds. I might put one of those there, I think. But all in all, I think it's quite cute. Yes, the lambs and the rabbits are basically the same size. And the chickens are smaller than the lambs, which is normal, but not smaller than the rabbits. Maybe they're giant. They're giant ones. You can get those, can't you? Although I think they're normally lop-eared and brown, but there we go. Anyway, yeah, I think it's quite cute. So here is my little Easter trinket tray. I'll put some little clear feet on in these sort of places and take some pictures. And that's it. I'm done. So once again, I'd like to say thank you very much to all my subscribers, to anybody who watches my videos all the way through and who likes them, comments on them, as long as it's nice, please, and shares my videos too. I appreciate you all more than you'll know. If you don't subscribe, please consider it. It doesn't cost you anything and it will help me build my little YouTube family. Okay, everybody, take care of yourselves wherever you are. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're having fun. And be kind to yourselves and be kind to others around you. Everyone's fighting something. Okay, take care and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.